Hey people, this is XII and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII International. In the last part, we finished up the Still Shrine of Miriam, and we got our Sword of Kings, and then we came back to find, like, the judges ransacked this entire place. They killed tons of people, and it's so sad. But, basically, we have a cutscene coming up, and this cutscene is coming up is a really awesome cutscene. Like, my good friend Rob, he's also known as FF12 Grandmaster, or FF12 GM. He used to be the admin of FF Together, and he made lots of really awesome videos because he knows even like way more about FF12 than I do, and that's almost saying something, you know, because I know a lot. But yeah, he said this was whenever he played through the game, he played through it so much that he skipped all the cutscenes, but this was the one cutscene he would never skip because that's how badass this cutscene is. I'm not even kidding you. Just listen to the monologue this judge is going to give. I don't like. Just listen to how insane he is. This is just great. We run up. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. You gotta listen. It's great.
Ah, our vagrant princess. Swift has your lust for revenge led you to the Sword of Kings.
No.
You will surrender it to me. Too late, and to their sorrow do those who misplace their trust in gods learn their fate.
There it is again. Fran, I don't like the look of that.
This mist. He holds a stone. It controls him as it did Mjern.
No, the power of manufactured nethicite is the power of man. A weapon forged by his wisdom who would challenge the gods themselves. A fitting blade for a true dynast king. Wraithwall did but pretend the title, a cur begging nethicite scraps from his master's table. Hark! Evilise hails her true dynast king, Vain Solidor. He shall defy the will of the gods and see the reins of history back in the hands of man. His time is nigh! The new Evilise holds no place for the name-down Masker. The stain of Wraithwall's blood shall be washed clean from history's weave.
That is just epic. I love that whole monologue. He's just like, I wish, like, you know, I wish we didn't have to fight him here because, you know, after we fight him, you know, he's gonna die because that's what happens when you fight a boss. The boss dies, and, you know, man, like, he would have been, like, an awesome antagonist. I mean, that's what, like, they needed more of that in Final Fantasy 13. Like, Jill Nabat, why couldn't we have fought her? Why did, like, oh, man, I don't want to spoil for those of you who haven't played Final Fantasy 13, but, man, that really pissed me off that you couldn't. Yeah, I mean, Jill Nabat, she was epic, and then, yeah, never mind. Just go play FF13 and get just as enraged as I am over Jill Nabat, and, you know, she had so much potential. Anyway, yeah, like, she could have been, like, an awesome bad guy, but nope. Anyway, let's take care of that blindingness for Valthyr. This judge actually does hit kinda hard, but he's not that hard, as long as you're at a good level. Hey guys, let's go over here, come on. Let's go into the light. Alright, thank you. Alright, come on, Judge. Okay. Let's face off. Fenella will heal, so don't worry about really dying too much. Although, the Judge does start getting pretty ugly, like he's doing almost 500 damage, just 400 right now. And then he does Battle Cry, and then he gets even stronger. So, you know, it actually, as time goes on, he is kinda hard, but, you know, that's when you could use a quickening. I just prefer to, like, just attack him. You know, for all that awesome speech that he gave us, he's not really that hard. Here, you need, at the most, he'll inflict blind on you. If you can actually inflict blind on him, then that'll help the battle a lot too. I'm not even kidding. It'll make it really awesome. That's what I did. Because one time I had to do this fight in my Ash Active Solo No Gambit challenge, where basically I was you can only be Ash for the whole game, and I had her have her gambits turned off, and it was extreme battle settings, which meant like active mode, and it meant like, man, yeah, it was active mode. No, yeah, like, it has to be in the fastest speed, and yeah, so basically, it's really hard, because you're only Ash, and you have no gambits. That video's still up on YouTube somewhere. I never took that video down, so you can go watch it if you want. It's there. I might even link to it. It was a long fight, though. That was a hard, long fight. Man, look at him. Writhing. Look at the Nethicite. Look at what the Nethicite does to you. Dang. So, what's gonna happen now? Oh, so sad. The Grand
He set his very
Kiltius.
bones about with manufactured nethicite. The Grand Kiltius?
Wait, what about Larsa?
Gone, spirited away by Judge Gebrandt.
You okay?
So he was here. As for our young lordling, he went along. To avoid trouble, you see, but Judge Bergan had other ideas. He flew into a rage, and I was left to fend for myself. Please, Princess, you must permit me to take you back with me to Rosaria.
So that you can protect me?
I would lay down my life, at a single word to be sure, but I harbor no mouldering delusions of valiant grandeur. Vain has our war pavilion jumping at shadows. They favor a preemptive strike, but you will convince them otherwise. You will see that they do not start this war.
This I cannot do. Forgive me, but my errand here is not yet done. I must wield the Sword of Kings, and with it bring an end to the Dusk Shard.
This stone, do you even know what it is?
I can venture a guess. The Draclaw Laboratory in Arcades. The Empire's weapons research begins and ends there. How soon do we leave?
At once.
Okay.
As for matters in Rosaria, I bid you luck.
So you would leave each to fend for his own. Let us hope that you are not disappointed. That's right. Larsa left a message. The differences between our two lands will fade before the shared dream of men. My leave, I take.
Cool. Man, that's an awesome line, too. The differences between our two lands will fade, before the two dreams of men. Whatever. Yeah, you know what I meant. You just heard it, and I just butchered it, because I butchered lines like that. But it's okay. Yeah, we have a new destination. We're actually going to travel to Arcades. This is, man, this is going to be a huge next story arc. Is going to be really long, because we had a lot of side quests to do, too. Lots of hunts and stuff.
How do you propose we reach Arcades?
Look at how long this is going to take.
Arcadia's borders will be well guarded for fear of Rosarian invasion. We dare not approach by air.
And their navy will see that the coast is watched as well. No.
That's
we go
Nalbina.
afoot.
Nalbina
We'll cross into
town.
Arcadia in the Salika Wood. We can reach the wood any number of ways, but the easiest is to head north from Nalbina.
Right there's Nalbina.
There is a hunter's camp just beyond the Salika Wood. The camp sits within Arcadia's borders, so Imperial patrols there should be sparse.
Getting that far should be half the fun. Let's be sure we go prepared.
We'll go prepared. I'm not gonna actually, I'm not gonna, put in, what they'll say, just because that's gonna be so much work in the editing, and I really don't want to do that, but I'll just tell you as we get there. We have a long road ahead of us. This is probably the longest, set of traveling and exploration that we're going to have in the game. And we have, not too many hunts. We have, in between then and now, we're probably gonna get done, 3 or 4 hunts. And then the rest will all just be traveling, but it's gonna take a while, I'm not kidding you. It's going to be a long trip. But it's going to be a fun trip. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the game, just because the areas that we go to are so awesome. I'm not kidding. The Fawn Coast, the Salika Wood, the Mosphoran High Waste, stuff like that. It's just going to be great. I'm going to enjoy every bit of this trip, and it's going to be great. Oh, here's Relf again. I turned my back on my home to see the world of the humans, and what I found was slaughter and despicable weakness. What about you, Iha? Relf, do not say such things. If you find humans weak, then lend us your strength. Bereft of his grace Anastasis' protection, Mount Baromises is vulnerable. Even now, a terrible worm rages near. Many have fallen. A terrible worm, huh? Oh, I'm sure we'll be taking care of that soon. Actually, we will. That'll be a hunt later, so don't worry. I want to go back in. I know I just left, but I forgot to get something, so I want to go get it now. This is actually, it's called the Stone of the Condemner. And this is what we'll need to get that Esper that was still in the Still Shrine of Miriam. I forgot to grab it. You have to talk to a certain guy, and he'll give it to you. But we're still not going to do it for a long time. I just want to get it out of the way. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Acolyte. Hume child, do you seek greater power? Know then the fate of those who have fallen in their search for strength. In the distant past, the great Condemner too sought such power, and was stricken down by the gods. Even now, his spirit is bound within the Still Shrine of Miriam. Take this stone in hand, and walk the paths into darkness. And you obtain the Stone of the Condemner. And basically, that's it. We have that stone, and now, oh god, the video's already getting, oh, Norton, don't do that. You're gonna slow down my commentary. It's okay. So I'm just gonna walk back to the save point, and then I'll show you what I wanted to use the teleport stone for. It's actually, I'll show you that now because I have to do some stuff off screen before I start up again. But yeah, I'm gonna get to the save point. I'll save, and then in the next part we'll begin our trek. Well, our trek. I guess we can kind of start the trek as we go to Arcades as we do the hunts, but I want to get the hunts out of the way first. I have a whole list of the order that I'm going to do stuff, so don't you worry about that. Just follow my lead and you will be fine, I promise you guys. So, yeah, man, that's an epic set of events, and now we are officially halfway through the game. Like, halfway through the storyline, anyway. We are halfway through the storyline. And we're at episode, what, 62 or something? Yeah, this is episode 62. Man, this LP is going to be long. But, yeah, man, this is probably going to be the longest LP I ever do. Unless, I don't know. But yeah, if you like this part, rate, comment, subscribe, all that crap. You know what to do. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to listen to me. Just, I hope you enjoyed the video, really. I hope you enjoyed this LP. It's my favorite game in the world. It always will be, as far as I know. Man, yeah, just have fun. Goodbye. You're awesome. Bye.